Okay, we are live. Hi, Ekow. How are you? Oh,
Can
Ekow.
you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yes. Hello. Is it how do you call your subscribers?
Team D, Club D.
Oh, okay. So, guys, I want to welcome you to the Delightful channel. I hope you all doing well. I'm very excited to be here anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I am so glad to have you and just
Mm-hmm.
really looking forward to learning more about your perspective as a Ghanaian in the
Yeah.
diaspora. I came across your video not too long ago, and I was absolutely amazed by the
Mm.
insight that you shared and the conversation that you were able to spark. So
Mm.
I'm super glad to have you here.
Mm.
I am going to play a little bit of music, give folks a little time to come on. I
All
see
right,
we've already got 6 people in the chat.
guys, come on, come on,
Yeah, come on, guys.
come
Say
on.
hi.
My Ghanaian brothers, come on. One bra, Sisia,
Yeah.
one bra. Come
Yes,
on.
come on in. And as you're coming into the room, please go ahead and say hello. This is a place for everyone to feel comfortable. Everyone is welcome here. So as you're popping in, say hi, tell us
Yeah.
where you're from so we can say hello. And I'm going to play a little bit of music while we wait for people to start. Hi,
All right.
Tulips. Tulip says peace and blessings. So glad to see you here. Now, Ekow, I make my own little beats and music, and people have
Mm.
dragged me for it, but I'm gonna let you hear it and you tell me if it's any good, okay?
Okay, I'm all you. Hey, let me hear it.
Okay. Do you hear that? Do you hear it, Ekow? Ekow. Ekow, do you hear the music? Or is no? Oh, I think Ekow might be frozen. What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining. We've already got 16 folks in the chat. I am so glad to see you all. Say hello to your DJ because it has been some time since your girl has been here on live, and I have missed each and every one of you. So I want to start off by saying bonjour, bonsoir, hola, assalamu alaikum, nangadef. And the word of the day, of course, is aquaba, which is welcome because our
Aquaba.
special guest, yes, our special guest is the legend Ekow Aidoo, I believe it's pronounced.
Yes, it's called it's Echo, but I'm very used to it.
Echo.
I have a lot of friends in the diaspora. They call me Echo, so I would never fault you if you mention it like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Echo.
Yes,
Okay,
Echo. Mhm.
absolutely. So we have this legendary man in the chat, and he has shaken up the diaspora. We already have plenty of folks here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started if that's okay with you, Ekow.
That's perfect.
Okay,
Mm.
awesome. So we're going to have a really great conversation today about his video where he really exposed the anti-Ghana sentiment that has been going around the diaspora, in particular by YouTubers like Go Black to Africa and Prince Dynast Amir. And so we're going to tease apart some of those ideas. Everyone is free to share their thoughts in the chat. I
Mhm.
just ask that you keep it respectful of our guest and also to ensure that we respect his time. The only comments that will be shown on the screen are those that are sent by Super Chat, and that's just to help keep us on track. So let's go ahead and have a good time. I'm going to turn the floor over to Ekow. He is going to introduce himself to the audience, and we'll get rolling. Over to you. Ekow? Oh, it looks like he's frozen. Tulips, thank you so much. Yes, I am well. I'm really glad to see you all. Sawubana, Aquaba. Ekow, you're back. You froze for a while. Are you hearing me okay? Uh-oh, let me check. Just checking with him to see if he can hear us. It looks like he's frozen. Alex B, you've had a lot to say about this whole conversation. So hopefully some of your questions are going to get answered. Let me see what's going on with Ekow. Go ahead and put a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm going to check with our guest to see. Oh, Ekow, you're back. Hi.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my fault, right? I think I
No,
clicked something or yeah.
no, there's
All right,
no fault
so
here. It's totally fine. Technical
this
difficulties happen. This is live on YouTube.
anyway.
So, but we have 18 people here that are here to see you,
Wow, that's
Ekow.
awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
All
I'm
right.
very honored.
So let's
So
let
much honored.
our Akan warrior introduce himself.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. So I'm Ekow. Ekow is a name given to someone born on Thursday in Africa, in Ghana specifically. And my English name or my Christian name is Emmanuel. And I'm a data analyst, and I'm also a new YouTuber. Okay, actually, I started YouTube I think a year ago, and I happened to do a lot of content. I was doing content that's related to Africa. Okay, content that is especially that is content in relation to Ghana and Nigeria. So I think I did one video about Nigeria that garnered about 56,000 views, but did not sit well because I went to Nigeria and I shared my experience in Nigeria. Okay, what I saw there, how I felt there, and whatever. Okay, so I think some Nigerians felt that I was quite blunt with my experience, and I was like, yeah, I think it could be true because when you go to a place, you should know that those there have also have dignity. All right, so sometimes you should be very you should censor a little bit, not necessarily censor. You should be very careful how you talk about the indigenous or the people there. So I put that video as a private experience. I made it private for myself. And I because of job, because of work, I was out of YouTube a little bit. I was just watching you people, watching the regular YouTubers. I was just enjoying you till I saw a video from one of our brothers, Go Black, because like an African American, like an African like myself. So I saw a video about. I've been following him for a long time. I've been following his video. I've been I think one video that he did, I was never happy about it. He's been speaking about Africa and Ghana for a long time, been criticizing. And of course, a lot of people in the diaspora have been criticizing Africa. There was no, it's not a big deal. I think as people, the more you are criticized, the more you are exposed to, the more you become aware of your wrongdoing, the more you become aware of your deficiency and you improve upon it. So I was not, it's not a problem. I didn't have a problem with people criticizing my country or Africa.
Uh-oh. It looks like we might have lost Ekow for right now. Let me reach out to him and see if we can do a little troubleshooting. But in the meantime, what you see on your screen right here is his channel, Ekow. And so definitely go subscribe to him. I see him here. Hi. I
Yeah,
was just
I
telling
went
folks.
back off again.
Oh, great. I was just telling folks to subscribe to your channel
Well, thank you so
and
much.
make
And
sure to check his videos out. And yes, you can pick up where you left off.
yeah, so to put it very brief, I've been I've been in this space for about 1 year inactively. I wasn't very active. I was just watching you guys enjoying your content. Then I came across one of our brothers, Go Black Africa. He's been vlogging about Africa a lot, and he's been criticizing and all that. But I think one of his content, two or three content that he made, really caught my attention, and I felt that someone needed to respond, okay, because he was muting his comment section most of the times. Someone would try to write a comment, he would mute them, he would delete it. So I felt, why would you have to censor, or why would you have to mute people, like stop them from also speaking or sharing their own perspective about what you are claiming to have seen in our continent, all right? So I felt the only way to
Oh, it looks like we might have a little bit of freezing action going on.
yeah. So
Okay, we lost you for a little bit. It was
all right.
freezing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So I think that's why we're here. That's the video that I did. That's brought us here anyway. So yeah, we are here. Let's talk.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. So, we have a man here who is very analytical and he's able to spot patterns and data. And so, I think that was something really impressive that he's bringing to the conversation. Now, the persons that we're talking about here, as you can see on the screen, do you see on the screen, Ekow? Do you see on the screen? So in front of me, you have Ekow himself, you have Prince Dynast Amir in the middle, and then you have Go Black to Africa at the bottom. And so our guest here actually had been avidly watching their videos, following the content, and he noticed that there was a theme that was very consistent when they spoke about Ghana. And so he made this video. Do you recognize that thumbnail?
Yes, I
Ekow?
really do very well. Yes, I do.
So this is the thumbnail for the video that went viral where he exposed both of those YouTubers. So now we'll go ahead and get into it. So now we have a setup. Everyone's on the same page. So Ekow, tell me, what made you decide to specifically identify Go Black to Africa and Prince Dynast Amir? We have many folks, right, that are in Ghana. It's a hot spot. It's the place where all African Americans like to go. Why these two individuals?
Okay, so you asked what really made me decide to respond to their videos, right?
Yes, these two people specifically. So why not another YouTuber in Ghana? It's a really popular place. What made you say these two folks are the ones that need to be held accountable? Ekow? Okay, so we're waiting for Ekow to join us again. It looks like his internet may be frozen. But in the meantime, please go ahead and like the video. If you have any stories or interviews, please contact me at delightfuldtv@gmail.com. And you can also hit the Cashapp at CherieDJ, which you see on the bottom of your screen. Oh, okay, I see him joining again. Let's do this again. Okay,
Yeah,
how
I
are we
heard
good?
I heard you very well. Surprisingly, I've been using this internet the whole day. I don't know why I decided to disgrace me. That's fine.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine.
Yeah,
Folks in the chat, I want to see you interacting. If you're excited for this conversation, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Drop some emojis for Ghana in the chat. Definitely let my guests know that you are really happy to see him. So
yeah.
you did hear my question, right? You heard my question, or should I repeat? Oh, he's frozen again. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Let me. Okay, you're back. Hi.
Hi. I think the internet is getting me bored already. All right. So you asked the question. Why did I respond? What really got me to respond to that video, right?
No, no, no. So the question here, and the folks are dropping Ghana emojis. They're dropping fire. They're really happy to see you.
Awesome.
32 folks are in the chat. What's up?
Wow.
Welcome. We're just getting started, so you're
Welcome,
right on
guys.
time.
Welcome.
Okay, so the question is why go black to Africa and Dynast Amir specifically? So Ghana is a hotspot for a lot of African Americans. Every week we see a new video, my life in Ghana, my life in Ghana. What sparked these two individuals for you?
Okay. So there are a lot of YouTubers. I think those in the diaspora. When it comes to Ghana, Ghana has become like 101 to Africa. Okay, before you really embark on your major journey to Africa, Ghana has become like a place to test the waters before you move around. So it's pretty much normal that the focus will be on Ghana. And there are a lot of African Americans who are much concerned about the good and the bad things that is happening in Ghana. So people are sharing their good experiences, and others are sharing their bad experiences. Others are criticizing because they want things to be better, and the rest. So there are a lot of people who do video about Ghana, right? So I specifically decided to respond to Go Black and Dynasty because they were not criticizing constructively. Um,
Mm,
there were a lot of YouTubers that I could have responded to, and if I did, it wouldn't have made any impact because they were criticizing constructively, right? They understood the system, they understood where Ghana was coming from. So there wasn't at any point that they were trying to compare United States of America, who has been a democracy, who has been repping, excuse my language, but I think it's the truth, who has been repping Africa for about 500, 400 years, or in the Western world.
mm,
And for someone to compare a country that's about 400, 500 years old to a country that just got this stability in just 30 years, it was absurd. So I
mm,
responded to them because their content was not only divisive, it was also quite, it wasn't something that was sitting down with a lot of Ghanaians. And
mm,
unfortunately, it was muting the comments. I think
mm,
if you want to have a dialogue, you should open up for people to also share their thoughts, like what you're doing. Anyone can comment, anybody can share their thoughts, so that it's going to be like a conversation between you, between your people, your subscribers, because your subscribers, okay, the people you claim you care about. So
mm,
for you to mute your comment section whenever you are talking about Ghana, or whenever you're talking about Ghana in a very bad light,
mm,
was ambiguous, was suspicious. So I felt, no, these people probably are up to something. So I really began to dive deeper into the content, type of contents they make, and I realized that
mm.
it's not just about criticism. It's business. There's some business attachment to it. That made me respond, and it worked. It worked in the sense that I really spoke the mind of a lot of people. And if I did the same to a lot of African Americans who are talking about Ghana, criticizing Ghana, it wouldn't have made any impact. So it really shows that a lot of people wanted to speak up, but they were closed in. Okay, they were not given the opportunity to speak. So I became some kind of their spokesperson. And yes, pretty much.
Yes, absolutely. Wow, that's really fascinating
Mm,
because you saw that there was something more there, and then you
mm,
investigated more deeply, and
yes.
then it resonated with people. And so,
Mm,
tell me, what kind of feedback have you received on that video? I mean, it has 14,000 views. The follow-up videos have thousands of views. What is the
mhm.
overall consensus that people are sharing with you?
Um, I think we have a lot of Africans agreeing with me.
Mm,
They see that, wow, I think you spoke our mind, because in Africa we have this feeling. If those of us who have learned our history, we feel that Africa should have been way ahead. Okay, had it not been the blackmail of the Western powers, had it not been the bad deals, it's like the winner takes it all, or gets, or it's like the survival of the fittest kind of something. So Africa
Mm,
has been put to a disadvantage. Okay, looking at our history and whatever.
mm,
So those who are, if are being compared to the Western world, a little bit sometimes you feel offensive if you come and see something bad. Like if you come to Ghana and you see that maybe we have bad sewages and all that. I think it's something that we know that we have to work at, okay, to make it better, to make it more appealing to our brothers and sisters who have lived all their life in the Western world, who have experienced the bigger infrastructure and proper a working system. Okay, we want
mm.
to also let them come home to feel a similar system. I think it takes time. You should also consider our history, how our country has been. How do you call it? Have been make sure how our country has been intentionally suppressed to make sure that Africa do not get to the top, because they know that if we're able to make it quickly, our resources, we have a lot of resources. We'll be able to use our resources ourselves, use the resources to manufacture products and services by ourselves, and what will become of their own products, okay, and all that they give to Africa for us to buy. So
Mm.
um it's a critical thing for us in Africa that when you are talking about our development, you should also take into consideration our past and the progress that we are making as a continent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so it sounds like the African American YouTubers were perhaps measuring Ghana by the same stick, even though
Hmm.
Ghana is a relatively young country.
Yes. Ghana is just 64, 64, 65 years old, okay. But
Mm,
when we had our independence, Ghana said no. The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the entire African continent. So
mhm.
Ghana began to push a lot of resources, money and time, all forms of resources to liberating other Africans, and we were being successful. And you know, some people blame our past president, our first president, that he should have concentrated on Ghana, building Ghana, to making Ghana a better place before focusing like focusing outward.
Mm,
But for us Pan-Africanists, we feel that in Africa, as long as we are all blacks, we are all one people. We it was just some Berlin conference to demarcate us. Okay, apart from that,
mm,
we are supposed to be one people. So what Nkrumah did was right, but we were punished for it. Okay, we were punished severely. Economic sanctions were placed on it. We were rocked with political instabilities. There were some CIAs. It's public, all right. It's not something I'm making up. It's something in the
mm.
public domain, all right. There were CIA involvement, making sure that we don't to making to disturb us, okay, to disturb us at all fronts, okay, and really affected us. Ghana was rocked with a huge instability, coup d'etats upon coup d'etats. It was just 30 years ago that Ghanaians said it's enough is enough. We have to get
Mm.
ourselves together, just get our act together and begin to build our country. So we did that. We became the biggest democracy in Africa, and we also became the most peaceful country in West Africa, and the second most peaceful country in the entire continent. And we are progressively. We are making huge impacts. We are our it's not we also, before COVID, we were part of the fastest economy, the fastest growing economies in the world. Okay, we're one of the, yes, in the world, not only in Africa. Ghana
Wow.
was top 10, yeah, fastest economy in the entire world. Okay, so our progress is slow, very slow. All right, and I have a lot of my friends in Ghana who have been in America, who school there. When they come here, they have their own sort of how do you call it, frustration, because they
Mm.
expect that things should change and things should be done a certain way. But they are right. I feel them, okay. But I also believe that we should all come together and gradually, understandably, try to build upon what we all feel that it should be built upon. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. So Ghana has really set itself apart in a
Yes. Yes.
really short period of
Yeah.
time.
In a
And so
short
it's
period of time.
really sort of a miracle
Yeah.
country, which is interesting that it's come under so much fire.
Mm.
Now, I read through quite a bit of the comments on your video, and there was an interesting comment from Go Black to Africa where I didn't see it today when I went back, so I don't know if he
Yeah, he
deleted it.
deleted
I
it, yes.
don't know. Okay,
But
so
screenshot don't lie.
okay. So listen, Ekow has the screenshot because Go Black to Africa said something that I found very interesting. He went to this video and he didn't seem to look for understanding with this young, intelligent African man. He said something to the effect of, be careful.
Yeah.
This is the most
You're
views
about you're about to
ever.
sell your soul.
Yes. Well, okay. So, can you tell me what your reaction to that comment? Because I thought that was really explosive of
Yeah.
him to say, be careful, and then saying this is the most views you've ever gotten,
Yeah.
and you're about to sell your soul. What
hmm
was your reaction to that comment?
It was so funny to me because this video only garnered about now I have about 15,000 views, but I have other videos with about 56,000. It's private, but I can share with you. I can let you see through my private videos if you want to. Uh,
No, no,
yeah,
no need,
yeah,
no need.
yeah. So first, that alone is a lie, and two, for him to say that I'm about to sell my soul and all that was crazy. It really got me annoyed. It didn't scare me anyway, but it really made me think. For him to say that this is the best view that I've ever gotten, you could even it's justified my point that it's about the views, it's about the money.
Mm,
Yes, that alone really was really I think really affirmed my view of what he was doing. And for him to say that I'm about to sell my, I actually replied him that he should rather choose his destiny. Okay, it's either he's part of the
mm,
problem of Africa or he's part of the solution. Okay, we Africans need to be criticized. In Ghana, we criticize our leaders than any other African country. You would probably wouldn't agree with me. The only difference is in Ghana, what we do is we communicate more in the local dialect when it comes to political issues. Okay,
okay.
so those in the outside world, those outside Ghana, do not get to hear the criticism that we've been leveled against our leaders. Okay, so do you actually think that democracy will thrive without criticism? No,
No.
it's not possible. So um Ghana, we do criticize. Okay, so for the statement that he made, it really didn't bother me. It's really reaffirmed or reassured me of the kind of person that he is. Okay, and I have my own view of him, and a lot of our viewers, your viewers, also have their own perception about him. I'm not going to tell you how you should view him or how you should perceive him. You
Mm.
should see him the way you want to see him. But for the kind of video and the kind of comment that he posted, for me, he really exposed himself further.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, in psychology, it's taught that when a person responds to you, they really show their motivation and their psychology and approach. And so when I read the comment and I saw that the first line was about views and not about, oh no, I disagree with this, or oh no, let's have a conversation, then I began to think maybe there's something more here. And I think that really underscores how brave and courageous our guest is in bringing this discussion to the forefront, because many smaller YouTubers would not want to go toe to toe with Go Black to Africa or Dynast Amir because they have very large subscriber bases. So, Ekow, I would love for you to tell me, how did you find the courage to go up against these larger YouTubers who are throwing their views around and throwing their subscribers around?
Blacks are very courageous. Wherever you are in the world, as long as you are black, you are very courageous. And just I hope you would agree with me. Looking at our past, what we've been through, our ancestors. If you studied our history, the transatlantic trade, what they went through. If you come to that, is why I feel that Go Black saying no one should come to Africa or Ghana people should stop coming to Ghana. Those in diaspora will be a great disservice even to those African Americans who haven't been to Africa. Okay, because if you come to Ghana, you learn a lot of history about our like you learn a lot about our history and why we do what we do now. Okay, as African Americans, how sometimes we are aggressive, why sometimes we to our history. Okay, so I just acted as the black person that I am, and in Africa, when you're happy, when you're not happy about something, you say it. Okay, what I would say is someone would have stood up. I guess stood up. Can you hear me?
You're frozen on my end. I'm asking the chat if they can see and or hear you because you're frozen for me. Do you want to go out and come back in and see if maybe refreshing might help? Okay. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I
Yeah,
can see and hear you now. Okay, we lost you for a little bit.
someone eventually stood up against his rhetoric. Okay, anyway, all right. I just came in early, okay, because people were becoming frustrated.
Okay, let me see. Ekow, do you think someone in the chat suggested that maybe you try to turn off the video, do audio, and then see if that might help? Okay, 1 second, everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and Ekow's as well. I'm reaching out to him now to see if he can go out and come back in. Ekow? I'm just trying to work with him. Ekow? Ekow? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now. I was going to say, do you think it would be helpful if you go out, come back in, or maybe try on to refresh or anything? Because we're losing you a lot.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
so.
we'll
I've
take
used
a
the
break.
internet the whole day.
I can attest. I
Yes.
promise. He's used it the whole day. He was here early. It's normal. So what I will do is I will play some music, and you can refresh, do whatever you want, and then maybe try to come back.
Guys, please don't go away because we really need to talk, please.
Okay, don't go away. He's
I'll
gonna
be
come
back. All
back.
right.
Okay, so what's up, everyone? Talk to your girl DJ while we have an intermission. What's going on? Let me go through some comments since our guest is not here. Chinoso, hi, how are you? Says nonsense. Wow, interesting. Alex says 9 years of college doesn't make you an expert. That's the absurdity of the comment. Tulips says PhD is a piece of paper. Someone here says, no matter what our country Ghana is, we are very proud of the place, the most peaceful country in West Africa and the second in Africa. Definitely, Ghana has certainly made itself known on the world stage, and no one can take that away from Ghana. Yes, we're trying to see if maybe audio refreshing will allow him to come back and be with us. Mind Taker says, yeah, audio only will work better. Video consumes a lot of bandwidth. Okay, cool. All right, we've got Senegal in the house. Bonjour, comment ça va? Or should I say bonsoir? Let's see. Yes, he's going to adjust and see if he can do audio, and he's going to come back. But yes, so what do you all think of the conversation so far? Did you all miss your DJ? I missed you. I'm really excited for this conversation because I really had not considered some of the points that Ekow had made, right? I had not even really made any connections between the videos of certain YouTubers and perhaps their business interests to that degree. So I think whether you agree with Ekow or you disagree, what he's bringing to the table is valid. It's something that we need to discuss. And there's a reason why it's resonating with so many people. I mean, the video has almost 15,000 views. So that means there's a lot of folks who have been feeling this way, but needed somewhere to discuss it. And he mentioned in the first part of the interview, if you're just joining, he mentioned that many folks felt that they could not express themselves on those YouTubers' channels, that they were being muted or comments were being turned off. And so we really have to ask ourselves in the diaspora community, is this the kind of community that we want to create where you don't get to speak if the YouTuber does not agree with you? You don't get to share your opinion if the particular person does not like what you have to say, even if you're being respectful, even if your opinion is valid. And so there are layers to this. And I think what this young man is doing is courageous and it needs to be explored further. So I'm really glad that he is speaking out. I saw many people discouraging him and telling him not to make any follow-up videos, not to, discuss it any further. And I'm glad that he's not taking that path because clearly folks want to talk about this. So let me check. All right. So he has logged off and I believe he's going to try to come back. Mindtaker call-in show. I would be open to that, but does that mean I need a phone number? I mean, isn't this call-in where people are calling in? Let me know because maybe I can do that next time. Okay, Ekow? Okay, he's telling me 1 minute. Yeah, maybe I can do something like that next time. I have to see if it would require a phone number. So let me know if you have more information. Okay, EA says, I recently saw a video about one of African Americans making negative comments about Nigerians. It was very disrespectful. Wow, that's really interesting. Oh, okay. Ekow's back. Hi. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can't.
Hi.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you now.
Right.
One suggestion that a commenter had was if you want to do audio only, they said that video might take up a lot of your bandwidth and could cause lagging. So if you want to try audio only, that's fine too.
I think for the bandwidth I don't mind. Okay, but I think it's really cutting it out, breaking it out. That's a problem, and really it's quite frustrating. But I think I resetted the internet, so it's a little bit stable now. I don't know if you can hear me or see me.
Yes, I can hear you and see you well. You're
So let's hope.
representing well.
Yeah, so let's hope. Yeah, so let's hope. I'm very nervous now. I just hope
No, don't
it
be.
works. Yeah.
No, please don't
Yeah.
be nervous. Everyone in the chat, we're among friends. So just feel relaxed.
Great.
We're just chatting.
Great.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm relaxed.
Okay,
just
perfect.
like that, I'm relaxed.
Just like that. Yay. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I saw that there were quite a few people who were pushing back against you and saying this is not Pan-Africanism, to call another brother out, this is not unity. And then you even shared in a follow-up video that your African American mom, someone who is close to you, told you that you shouldn't follow it up. What is your response to people who say this is un-Pan-African or unbrotherly?
Yeah. I think no matter what you do, okay, you would have some people who would disagree, and it's pretty much normal. Okay, okay. I just spoke the way as an African we speak. He was making some derogatory, was projecting some negative view about my country, and as you can see, it's not only him. I saw a comment from one person said one African American was making some comments about Nigeria, and he was
Mm,
not happy with. Okay, so I think I spoke for the larger community, and I'm never perturbed by those who disagree or who are calling me out saying, so we are making the white laugh at us. It wasn't a Bradley way to do. It's not a Pan African thing to do, but we should all know that there's difference between pitching one country against the other, or making derogatory or painting a country dirty, and criticizing a country is three
mm,
different things. If I came to your house, if you invited me to your house, and I came was like, "Hey DJ, I think this thing is misplaced. If you do it that way, it would help."
mm,
And if you disagree, I can put pressure on you, because also my house, the fact that I've been away for far too long doesn't mean I don't have a say in your house. It's also my heritage, my my house. Okay, so there's a way to go about everything. You can I could have as well said, "Hey, your house is dirty, no one should come here. Everybody should just turn their eyes off this place and go to that place." Okay, so the way that you say it, okay, would make it would communicate to it, whether it's criticism or a negative view that you are projecting about our country. So I'm never perturbed about those. They are also fun. They would always be fanatics. I have my own fanatics. Whatever that I do wrong, they would always support me. And I think those guys also have their own fanatics. Whatever they would do wrong, they would hail them. Whatever they do right, they will still hate them. So I wasn't perturbed by people calling me my video not fitting for brotherhood or something. Yeah.
absolutely. And so, how did you make that decision to not take the advice of the woman that you called your African American mom, who said, don't
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
this
yeah,
video
yeah,
up? I
yeah.
thought that was a very touching story that
Yes,
you shared.
yes, yes,
How
yes,
did you
yes.
make that decision?
I realized I didn't take her advice after I did the video, actually, because yes, yes, because the follow up video wasn't to follow up anyway. The video that I did, okay, wasn't to just follow up on the previous video. I was just trying to make people understand that it wasn't about Ghana or Africa not accepting criticism. It's about you understanding Africa, understanding Nigeria, understanding Ghana, Ivory Coast, what we've been through. Okay, look at Nigeria, very huge country with a lot of potentials.
Echo? Oh, it looks like he's frozen again, y'all. Let's give him a little time to come back. But are you feeling this conversation so far? Are you gaining insight on how he made the call to make this video? If you're enjoying the content, drop a 1 in the chat for me. And folks, let me see. We have 21 likes. 33, 34 folks in here. So, folks that are coming in, make sure you hit that like button. Show our guest some love. He's taking a time out of his day to spend time with us. So, let's show him some appreciation. And looks like he'll be joining us shortly. So we'll go through some comments. Frank says, I wonder why those who are making empty noise against African countries are the ones haven't done anything on the ground. This people always complaining. Kudos. I respect this guy a lot. Pan-African home. Okay. Malika, hey Malika, says, I don't believe everyone who goes to Africa are Pan-Africanists. That is correct. Everyone that goes to Africa is not a Pan-Africanist, and I think that's something we can tease apart a little bit. All right, welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Oh my
No
God.
problem. I'm glad to have you again. No
Yeah,
worries. So yeah, you were saying that you didn't mean to go against your African American
yes,
mom.
yes. Actually, after I really
But
apologized.
by the way, I'm glad that you did, because now we get to hear your perspective. So I just
Yes,
wanted to hear about how you made the decision.
yes. I explained it to her. Okay, after the video, after normally when I watch my video, I do the video wholeheartedly. I just go to the camera and I speak. Okay,
Yeah.
so I even say things that I normally wouldn't have said it. Okay. So what I do is after the video, I watched it and I realized, whoa, I really went against the advice of the woman, okay, of my mother. I call her mother because she's very beautiful, very good spirited woman, and she gives me a lot of advice. And as I said, I didn't plan to go against a wall, but I really needed to speak because I felt people did not get the whole picture of what I was trying to say. So I needed to follow up to make people and really understand my point of view and the point of view of a lot of Ghanaians. Okay, for people to understand that this country started from somewhere, to know a little bit of our history, what happened to us, how we were suppressed, how we make sure that we did not get to the top, get to a certain level for a long time, how destabilized this country was 30 years ago, a little over 30 years ago, we were strapped with famine and all that. So I wanted people to know that we've come a long way, even though we admit that there is more to do. Okay, there's more to achieve more to achieve. Okay, so I really wanted people to understand that's just that. And after I really went back to my mother, I don't want to mention her name. I
Of
believe she's even
course,
watching
no, no
because she
need.
follows. Yes. I spoke to her. Then she said, "That's fine. That's fine. That's fine." Like that's what she said. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she understood that
Yes.
this
She really did.
needed to be done.
Yeah. She really loved Africa. She really loved the blacks. Like she really loved African and African American. She really wants to stay together. And she really tells me the story. What I do is normally I go to her and want to know um, the story from African American perspective because I have some friends who are Ghanaians who have been telling who told me that Africans or African Americans do not like Africans. Okay,
Hmm.
are jealous of African. And I hear some African Americans also saying same against them. So I just wanted to hear from her to also know what she thinks and how all this came about. And she's been giving me a good insight and she's also helping me embrace my blackness, embrace my African Americans. Yes, because in Africa the kind of pictures and the kind of view or the perception or whatever that the media and the documentaries has been injected on us to have some to have a certain perception about the African American community is really bad. Okay, so it
Hmm.
takes someone who willingly would want to find out who these people are. Is it true
Hmm.
what we see about them on on TV or
Yeah.
in the documentaries or in the movies? Because when we see movies, we see aggressive African Americans to be very aggressive, gangsters, rapes, baby mamas, and all those nasty things that I would have believed then, but now I don't believe it. Okay, I know that there's problems. There are problems there that we all as Black people need to solve. We need to understand how all this came about, the system that has been created to make this function. Okay, the system that has been put on autopilot to make sure that all these vices are named among African American or the black, because when it affects African Americans, it affects the blacks. I don't think when a police in America pull you over and you are black, he would ask, hey, what type of black are you? Okay, are
No,
you black from Africa? Or, yeah, so I
no.
think whatever affects African Americans also should affect we those in Africa. Think about this: if Tulsa had been successful, okay, if Tulsa massacre hadn't happened, and the
Mm,
Tulsa community had been very big and successful, like the real like the black, like the Wall Street that we know now. Do you know
mm,
the image? Do you know the impact that would have had on we the Africans? Who
yeah.
would believe that, hey, it means we can do everything if Americans, African Americans are thriving in in this so-called, in those days we would say hostile environment. I don't know for now, but for what I
Mm,
read, it was pretty much hostile. If they were able to make it in that hostile environment, what makes it, what should stop me from making it in Africa, where I call my home? Okay, it would have
mm,
been a great inspiration to all of us. So
yeah.
what concerns African Americans also concerns we and African ish. And I would advise, and that this is the kind of direction that I'm taking my channel. I
Mm,
want Africans to understand African Americans. We really need to tell a story, because I don't see a lot of African Americans telling the story for Africans to see. So we still are feeding on the past feeds from the media,
mhm,
where we see that the gangsters and the shooting and aggression and the
mm,
robbery, we still feed on that. So I'm hoping that we engage more as Africans and African Americans, so we understand ourselves, so that we would make we believe we know that it's not only about what we see on the screen. There's more to it. There is more to the foundation, the disintegration of the family structure of the African Americans. All these things have to come to play for us to, before we judge, we should understand what really happened. Okay, then
yeah.
we will can all come together to provide some sort of solution. Okay, so that is really what is driving me, and I hope the passion keeps burning.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we can feel your passion
Yeah.
and we can feel your strength. And,
Mm,
that actually leads me to my next question. So it's really interesting that in all the time that Dynast Amir and Go Black have been making videos, no African American men have really come to the forefront to hold them accountable in the way that you did. And I thought this was really interesting because I said to myself, this is an example of African manhood in action. This is an example of accountability. For example, if we were in Africa where the elders would hold you accountable, and it's not something we necessarily see in America. So I'm curious from your perspective,
mm.
what is the standard of African manhood that you exhibited here? Because we didn't hear the African American men bringing this up or holding each other accountable.
Mm. In Africa, we do really hold each other accountable because of the family structure that we have. If I have a problem with, let's say, with my sister, we have the elders, we have our fathers, we have the religious leaders, we have a whole lot of structures to. Actually, you can even commit a crime in Africa that the family, okay, can solve. Okay, I think it's not always good, or we are not saying it's
The
perfect,
family
but
are the detectives,
yes,
right?
yes, we are not saying it's perfect, but there's a structure that helps the law enforcement, that makes their work a little bit easier. Okay, because you have
Right.
the chiefs. When you do something, you'll be summoned to the chief. The chief will talk about you. The chief will talk about it. The chief will punish you, give you some soft punishment, or yes,
Oh,
there will be some sort of rebuke. For example, if you're in Africa, especially in Ghana, you get a woman pregnant. Okay,
uh-huh.
you will be in a big trouble, because
Mm,
if you are come to marry the lady, there will be higher cost because you are infringed upon the dignity of the woman. Okay, that is
mm.
one. And if you refuse to not if you refuse to take care of the woman can take you on using the elders and also the government, what we call the waju and all those kind of stuff. So it
Mhm.
makes we the men very cautious, because um, as human as we are, sometimes we should be regulated by law. Okay, we can be without law, we can be chaotic as people. All right. So
Mhm.
I think one of the things that I've noticed from this on the side of my African American relatives, that the whites were successful in disintegrating their family structure and
Mm.
the leadership, and it is having great impact, negative impact on their lives. Can you imagine that a lot of Africans in the diaspora bring their children in Africa to learn what they call, I'm bringing you to Africa to learn some sense. That's what they say.
Mm. Yeah.
Come on. I have my nephews and niece in Europe, okay? And I
Mm.
remember one of my favorite nephew who is named after me. He's also called Emmanuel. My sister named him after me. At a point, he
Wow.
was becoming very rowdy and very stubborn. So my sister needed to bring him down here to calm him down. And it's worked. And I think it's not about problem with parenting, because African Americans also have good parenting strategies or whatever. Okay, I could see that in some movies you see that some African American parents know how to control their children, especially the single mothers. A
Mm.
single mother and all this stress, see how they're able to just put themselves to work extra hours without man to make sure that the child becomes a very good person or very useful person to society. I want my child to, I don't want you to be a gangster. I don't want you to be this neighborhood doing this. I want you to be a doctor. I want you to bring honor to the family and the black community. It's a big deal. So even in Africa, with all this structure, it's not easy. So you can imagine those without proper family structure. And when talking about proper family structure, it's not about the nuclear family, individual family. It's
Mm.
broad. Okay, it's broad,
Yes.
and those things have instilled some kind of confidence in the children, in African children. Okay,
Wow.
yes, yes, yes. People think that Africans, we are timid. Okay, we are not. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we are bold.
Oh.
It's just that we are very because of the culture, they call it culture suppression. Some people call it that way. Because of the culture, I cannot say use the F word or some kind of words on the woman, okay, or even on the elderly. When I
Mm.
see an elderly person, I need to respond to him in a certain way. I need to call, address him in a certain way, and all that. That doesn't make us timid, okay. But just because of the structure and everything, the culture that has been imbibed in us for a long time. And these things, our African American forefathers took it there, but because of the pressure.
Oh, it looks like there might be a little bit of a lag, but he's definitely teaching us a lot about accountability in the African society. And so while we're waiting for him to come back, I think that's something really important to acknowledge, which is that go back to Africa, Prince Dynast, these questions have not really been brought to the forefront by African American men. And so I'm just really surprised that it's an African man who is actually bringing this topic up and saying, hey, here are the trends that I'm noticing, here are the patterns that I'm noticing. And I think we have to ask ourselves as a culture and as a community, why aren't other men speaking up? Why did it take an African man to be the one to hold another African American accountable? Are African American men just being allowed to run roughshod in Africa, say anything they want, do anything they want with absolutely no standard of accountability? And it looks like African manhood has come into play here, which I think is another reason why it's such a dynamic. Hi, welcome back. Echo. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm seeing in the chat that folks are wanting to go audio only, but Echo prefers video. Let me see. because it looks like we're on a lag again. So thank you for your patience, everyone. Let me check with him to see what we can do. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do. It looks like Ekow? Ekow?
Hello.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me? Oh, Tulip says, I think it's the network. My friend is in Ghana now. Sometimes it gets really difficult to chat. Even audio only sometimes doesn't work. Thank you for that insight. So let me see what he wants to do, and then we may need to just go ahead and wrap this up, just in case if the internet doesn't hold up. Oh,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see what's going on my phone. The internet on my phone is really streaming well on YouTube. Okay, so I see everything on YouTube, but with StreamYard when I'm streaming, I don't know what's wrong. Just
Oh,
anyway.
okay. No worries. Just a few more questions, and then I will give you the floor and we can wrap things up. How does that sound? Ekow?
Here.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, let's see. Let's see. He's frozen. Okay. Let me ask him if he wants to do a quick wrap up because it looks like the internet might not hold. But hopefully, this has been a good conversation for you all so far. Let me ask him what he would like to do. Let me reach out to him. One moment, guys. Let me reach out to him. I'm going to. Sorry, guys. It looks like that internet. I'm going to play a little music and while I reach out, and then I'm going to let you all know what he says, and then we'll see how we can wrap this up, okay? Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. All right, I can hear you. Let's see. If the audio is bad, do you think maybe
What
we
is
do
happening
a couple
today?
more
What is happening
questions
today?
and then have you wrap up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I was going to say, since the internet's a
Can you hear
little,
me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, let me reach out to him in another way. Thank you all for your patience. Are you enjoying this conversation so far? Let me know. What do you think of what you're hearing? Are you surprised by anything that you have heard from Ekow? Any misconceptions that have now been corrected for you? Let me know in the chat. I really want to hear from you, and I am going to reach out to him. So I'm going to go off camera and I will be right back. Thank you for your patience. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm seeing folks say that you don't mind if we go audio only. So let me see if Ekow is down to do that. Ekow, are you there? Ekow? Ekow, I see another device, but it says device is not connected, so it won't let me add you if you can hear me. Okay, I'm just waiting to get a message back from Ekow now. You guys, thank you for your patience. Let me see what he says. It looks like he's trying to log in, but the device is not connecting. So give us a sec. Okay, so he let me know he's doing some things on his end. He's doing something with a device, so he should be back shortly. In the meantime, let us chat and let me catch up on some comments. Let's see what's going on. Malika says, I don't think they are trying to be insulting. They are trying to tell us what they see, but probably do not understand what is really happening. Ooh, that's an interesting perspective, Malika. I think part of the responsibility, though, of being someone with 100,000 subscribers is that you do need to know what you're talking about before you put it on the internet, right? Because you have a lot of people that are impressionable, a lot of people that are looking to you for guidance. And so I think that's part of what Ekow is actually adding to this conversation is that there is a need for accountability, right? This is no longer the wild, wild west, maybe where people say whatever they want to say and no one asks questions. No one says, wait a minute, is that really right? And so I think that's where the culture clash is coming with Africans and African Americans. And I, for one, am happy to see the accountability piece because I think it's something that we need. So great comment. Ekow, hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it okay now? I think this should be perfect. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, so just a couple more questions and then we can wrap up. We're coming on just about an hour, so I feel like we've been having a really good conversation. I see a lot of interaction in the chat, so folks are really enjoying what you're saying as well. And so, yes, my question for you as we, begin to wrap up, have you heard from Dynast directly? So we saw that Go Black left a comment, but has Dynast reached out to you to start a conversation?
No. Actually, I received an email from someone who said he wanted to initiate a three-way conversation or a two-way conversation with any of them. All right. But I, for once, personally, I felt that it was not so important because I just addressed an issue. Okay. And I've noticed, I feel that it served its purpose because I've seen that Go Black has toned down a little bit when it comes to those kind of rhetoric towards Africa. I've seen that it had that effect, and
Yeah.
I think it's also good for everybody. Okay, if you come to Africa, you should come to Africa as your home. And there is a proverb in Africa that says you don't wash your dirty linen in public. Okay, what
Mm.
that means is when you feel that you have a problem, you should find a better way to address it.
Mm.
Okay, so I know it's making that even though no one has called me to have a two or three, like personally, I mean, from directly from them, no, none of them have contacted to me to have to spark this conversation up. But I know it's having the impact, the intended purpose or intended reason for which I did the video is being said. And that
Yeah.
alone, I think we did a good job for the people who wanted to speak out for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is interesting that you brought that up because I've also seen on Go Black's channel that since you held him accountable, he's posting all of these very positive videos about Ghana, very positive videos about Ghanaian men. Do you think it's genuine though, or do you think it's damage control? Because I'll tell you, and I'm talking to the audience now, I'm someone who's coming from a marketing and communications journalism background. And when you are in the middle of a PR crisis, right, the first thing you do is start covering your tracks. So you start trying to do
Yeah.
the opposite of what someone has said. And in addition, I saw that at one point, Go Black even temporarily hid his subscriber count because he didn't want us to see, I should say, I would assume, any changes in his subscribers if he were losing them. It's back on now, but I did notice some interesting activities. So what is your perspective on the sincerity of that? Because some would say that was pretty much damage control.
It was actually, it was really a damage control that I did. The day that I posted the video, that very day he posted 2 videos about Ghana, positive videos about Ghana. And guess what? That's not what we need. Yeah, that's not what we need. We are not trying to force anybody to paint a good picture of Ghana. No, we are just saying criticize constructively. Okay, understand the system, understand the problem, and criticize to that effect. Okay, we are not saying that always say good things about Ghana. If you are saying Ghana, you need to fix it, you need to do this, you need to like if you have any suggestion on how we can improve or better the situation here, it's welcome. But you can't just be saying, hey, don't go to Ghana, go to Sierra Leone, go to Tanzania. Or you can't just be saying that, hey, what is Ghana giving to those in the diaspora after taking our money? Guess what? Ghana has been welcoming African Americans for the past 70 years, for a long time. Okay, for the past 60 something years, from the time from Kwame Nkrumah to date. I was a kid when I was going to Cape Coast for the Pan-Africanism. We have something called the Pan-Africanism. It's I think it's an annual program or annual festival where that brings African Americans or African diaspora together. Okay, we interact, and I was part of that program when I was about 11 to 12 years old. That's a long time, long time. Okay, so to make the whole thing look like Ghana is trying to welcome those in the diaspora because it needs their money, it needs to cash out, it needs to extort from them. It's a bad impression that they are creating there. And that's all part of the reason why I called him out. Okay, and we are not saying no one should speak against the ill effects or the bad things in Ghana. Okay, speak about it, but make sure that you are constructive in your criticism. Because if you are criticizing Ghana, if you are speaking against the thing that you want it to be better, you are also helping with the Ghanaians. Okay, you are helping with the custodians. I call ourselves custodians because I believe you're also part of our society. Just that some circumstance has held you back somewhere. Okay, eventually you would have to come back. I believe so. So we those in because we here take care of the countries or the continent for all of us needs to be respected. And if you have any criticism, you should do it in such a way that wouldn't undermine or that shouldn't be condescending. Okay, that's all my point. So, Mr. Go Black, those kind of videos, just damage control, but that's not what we are looking for. We are not looking at always painting good pictures of Ghana.
Absolutely. Wow, you hit on a really good point. And I'm curious. So, for everyday African Americans and even Africans who are just coming across these YouTubers and they want to know, is this a video that's really about directing someone to a business? Because as I said, that was what you brought to the forefront, that I don't think anyone else really mentioned, right? The tour business for Dynast, the Tanzania real estate business for Go Black. So how can we, as the viewers, whether we're African American or African, how can we filter when someone's being genuine and when it's really just to help their business?
Yeah. First, I would say that if you want to come to Africa, if you're looking at, if you are looking to coming into Africa, or coming to Africa, if you have any plans on coming to Africa, you should be bold and calm. Okay, you should be bold. You should first of all lower your expectation, and also I think you should come. Africa is not a jungle like you are made to believe. Okay, yeah. Well, I watched the movie, and the person was addressing an African American. Like, hey, go back to the planet of apes, or go back to your heart that you came from. Okay, Africa is not the Africa that you people, those in the diaspora, you are made to believe. And African Americans are not those people that we in Africa are made to believe you are. Okay, so if anybody wants to come to Africa, if anybody wants to if anybody wants to come to Africa, so they want to get some information before they make that move. First of all, I think be determined that you are coming, and don't let anybody's video deter you from not making that decision, because no matter what, you would have Go Black or Dynasty kind of people on the internet who are also trying to find business opportunity in this quest. Okay, so you can't really determine if this person is genuine or not. Look at how people go about their videos. You would never believe it. You would see that, you would think that they are genuine people. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to tell if these people are giving us the real information, or they are misinforming us anyway. So I think the best way to get the information right is to contact a tour company with a proven track record, and also know the purpose, the reason why you want to make that journey, and take a step.
I'm listening.
And take a step. Yeah. So and you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. I've never seen anybody coming to Africa, any African American or anyone in the diaspora coming to Africa with a moderate expectation, and finding expectation not being exceeded.
Wow. And so essentially, we have to be mindful of the information that we're taking in on YouTube, and also make sure that we're balancing it by going to reputable companies and actually going there, and not just saying, oh, I saw a YouTube video, now I'm an expert on Africa.
No. Everybody can be an expert. With the advent of the internet, everybody can be an expert. You can just sit down and go to some places and say, I'm an expert in this or that. Okay, so please do not be so don't just listen, just try to have diverse views of people, okay, before you then when you've had all these hello?
Yes.
When you've had all these diverse views from various people, then you can have your own reason to come or not to come.
Absolutely. Wow. And this is one of my last questions before we wrap. And I wanted to really highlight that in the African American community, we are very used to verbal aggression. I'll describe it as, right?
That is what I noticed. Probably it may not be true, but that's what I've observed. Okay.
Yeah. No, definitely. We're used to verbal aggression, and we have, inherited this idea of tough love, right? So the African American community, it's very common for people that say that they have our best interests at heart to really spend most of their time talking down to folks, right? It's like, you so dumb, you so silly, you so this. And so African Americans will hear someone speaking in a manner that is condescending or that is verbally aggressive, and they will see it as tough love, like, oh, that brother's really speaking the truth. And so I wanted you to really just share with me, how is that perceived in Ghanaian culture, and what impact do you think that had on you being the person to speak up as opposed to an African American?
Yes, I think we have a culture in Ghana or in Africa. We have a culture of checks and balances. Okay, when, let's say, if you were to be my sister, my older or younger sister, and I called you, um, what should I even say? Call you dumb or stupid. Excuse my language. I'm not saying that. Yes, in quotes. Okay, you have someone to report to. Okay, you can report to your father. You can report to your grandfather. You can report to your elder. You can report to. There are a lot of checks and balances. So Africans, we are not very used to that aggressive words. That is why.
Oh, it looks like we might have lost him again, y'all. Let me see if he's able to come back, and then we're going to wrap it up here because it just looks like the internet doesn't want to play anymore. So, but I think we've got quite a bit out of this conversation. And if you enjoyed this interview, drop some fire emojis for your girl DJ. Are y'all happy to see me? Like, I need to know who's out there. I see y'all in the chat, and yeah, I just miss everyone. So let me know if you want me to start coming live again more often, because I kind of miss it, and I'm really loving this. Oh, I see Ekow again.
Yeah, I think let me wrap it up. So I think there is checks and balances in Africa, and Africans, we are not very used to those kind of words. We also have our own ways that we use it. But I believe in African American, you can just tell someone that F you refer to the parents, right? That's what we are made to do.
There's a lot of disrespect.
You cannot do that in Africa. You can do it, but you can't go scot-free. You'll be marginalized against. And because of that, because of the checks that we have, you're not free to, they call it cultural suppression, whatever. You are not free to be making some kind of statement or kind of condescending statements or words, using those kind of words on people, especially on women. Okay, so when we feel or when we see that someone is using some tough words, what we call the tough love, it's here. We have this kind of tough lives everywhere. Like some people believe that when you hit a woman, the woman then believes that you love them or something. That's crazy. I don't know how that works. That someone hitting you. So but in Africa, when let's say a man hits a woman can report the man, and there'll be repercussion. There will be some kind of pressure on the man to change. Okay, and I believe that has had a long-term effect on us. That you can't just say anything to us and go scot-free. It's either we reply you, or there should be some sort of reply.
And so that kind of language wouldn't fly. That kind of language wouldn't be acceptable.
You can just say whatever you want to say, but there will be repercussion. Like especially we have the family values. Okay, it's gradually eroding. It's not as it's not as deep as it used to be because of this culture, foreign influence or Western influence. But it's still relevant. It's still relevant. You can't just be insulting or using any kind of words on people and expect to go scot-free. No.
Absolutely.
In Afghan setting. No. So we are very sensitive when it comes to words. So whatever you see people saying on the internet, or whenever we are being addressed by people on the internet, begin to be taken. Like that's why some our siblings in the diaspora think that we don't like to be criticized. It's not that we don't like to be criticized, how you say it, okay, and the manner in which you are addressing or you are criticizing, okay. So we are very sensitive and particular about the kind of words that you are using and the gestures that you are portraying. All these things forms part of how we perceive you or how we think of you. You understand? And how we see you to be addressing the matter that the issue that you are addressing.
Wow, that's incredible. And I think that's a lesson that I personally am taking away from the video and how you sparked a conversation. I'm taking away from this that now we, even as African Americans, have to begin to rise to the level of acceptable behavior in African society, right? If we want to be in Ghana, we can't just come in and say we're going to act any way that we want to act. We're going to talk however we want to talk. No, there are rules, there are codes, and you have to come to the table at a level.
Yeah, you feel the culture. And the woman that I spoke about, the woman I call my mother, my godmother, and she really adjusted. You will never imagine if, apart from the way she speaks, you never think she's an African American. And
Wow.
according to her, she picks those values in America. She was saying her family, just the family that she came from, it's a value that they've held dearly, and they've it's a core value to them, and they've all held this in high esteem. Okay, so she coming back to Ghana, it wasn't so much of a struggle. It was very easy for her to adjust quickly, because before she came to Ghana, she wouldn't use some words. She would say that if you use, let's say, F word in their house in America, you'll be beaten. And no matter what the kids say, that hey, I will report to the police or whatever, it will never play. Okay, so I think that value can be inculcated or can be revamped or revived in the families in the United States, the diaspora. I think, but I don't also blame them because of the police and also the system and the government interference in the family values. The families are not allowed to hold the core values. Okay, so as what comes to play, it's not entirely their fault, but we believe as we engage more, we learn from each other, and we see that there's also some positivity in African values, in the Black values that we all have to uphold.
Okay, awesome. Well, that brings us to the end of our interview. Thank you so much, Ekow, for spending
Thank you
some
so much.
time with us here on Delightful D News and Views. I want to give you just the last minute here to say anything that you want to say to the audience. I'm going to put your YouTube channel on the screen. Everybody, you can see the name of his YouTube channel. Definitely go subscribe to him, like his videos. But I would like to give you 1 minute to just say any closing thoughts that you have. And I would love if you can sign off with maybe a proverb in Akan, something that you can share with the audience in Akan and English so that we have something that we learned.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
that
could
would
be
be
something
tough.
simple. It could be something really simple.
All right. So I would love to say that it doesn't matter where you are or where you are from, okay, or where you are located now, as long as you are Black, you are an African. You're an African. So you should try to locate. You should take a deep breath. You should just think about that fact and find a country in Africa where you connect to visit. It will bring some sort of healing. Okay. And I would also say to my African brothers that, hey, African Americans or our Africans in the diaspora, they are just like us. We are just custodian to their lands. We are the same people. It was rather unfortunate that they were forcefully taken away from us, of which some of the blame we should also share. So we should embrace them now that they want to come home. We should open our arms. We open our homes. I want us to come to a point whereby when an African American is coming to Africa or Ghana, they wouldn't have to pay for hotel bills um, hotel fees or whatever, or they wouldn't have to look for any place to rent. We should open our homes to them to come and live in free. We should open up to them to experience our culture, our values, and yeah, pretty much that's what I want to say. And for the proverbs, what should I say? They have a proverb which that goes "Efo your pa no upiao," which means if you climb a good tree, you are pushed. That's what people will say that heaven help those who help themselves. Okay, so basically, up to your partner, what I want to say is we should keep trying as Africans. We should keep lifting our color high, and we should also keep supporting each other, no matter where the person is from or where he's located. As long as the person is a black person, he should be seen as your brother or your sister. I'm very concerned about this kind of topic, so I can go on and on. I just want to understand.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure we'll have many more discussions in the future. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Audience, definitely show some love to our amazing Akan warrior, strong guest. He really dropped a lot of knowledge on us today. And I am going to be looking out for his next videos because I know they're going to be fire. I will go ahead and let you get out of here as I say goodbye to the audience. But thank you so much and have a good evening because I know it's late where you are. So
I'm just going to watch the video now. I'm very interested. I just want to see the comments and everything. So I just want to go there and watch the video. All right.
Okay.
So
All
thank
right.
you,
Bye.
everybody, and God bless the black race
Okay. All
and
right.
everybody.
Bye. All right. Everyone say bye to Ekow. All right. Well, that is it. That brings us to the end of our interview. Woo! It's still quite a few of y'all in here. Thank you for hanging in there as we had the technical difficulties, but we overcame them. I don't know about you, but I feel like I learned a lot today. I really appreciated hearing his perspective as a Ghanaian, and he taught me some things that I did not know. I want to share my closing thoughts with you before I sign off here. And it's that I think we need to be mindful in the diaspora community of how we talk to people, right? Because I'm someone who's been on YouTube for a long time, mostly as a watcher, a consumer, and I've also been a content creator. But I can tell you one thing, I have seen a lot of YouTubers that were way at the top come way to the bottom. And so I just think folks that have a big platform and even a smaller platform, we have to be mindful of how we talk to people and how we deal with people, because there can come a time when people are not listening if you're not careful. So those are my final thoughts. Let me put up the final banners. If you have any content, video ideas, want to do an interview, hit me up at delightfuldtv@gmail.com. The Cashapp is CherieDJ, so definitely hit that up if you feel so led. And I'm going to play some music. Say goodbye to your DJ. And that's it for me. So let me get the music up and we will say goodbye. Say bye to me in the chat, y'all. Oh, I see the hearts. Thank you. All right, let's roll out. Let's roll out. Bye. Say bye to your DJ. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.